It's time for a bed story. Cinderella. Once upon a time, there was a kind girl named Cinderella. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and her two stepsisters, Anastasia and Drusilla. They were very mean to Cinderella, making her work all day, cleaning, sewing, and cooking. She tried her best to make them happy. One day, a messenger arrived with a special invitation. There was going to be a royal ball at the palace. The king wanted his son to find a bride. Every young woman in the kingdom was invited, including Cinderella. Cinderella was very excited about the ball. In the attic, she found a dress that had belonged to her mother. It was a bit old-fashioned, but Cinderella could make it beautiful. Lady Tremaine didn't want Cinderella to go to the ball. She wanted the prince to meet Anastasia and Drusilla. Maybe he would marry one of them? Lady Tremaine kept Cinderella busy with chores that would take her all night to finish. Cinderella was overjoyed when she saw the dress. Now she could go to the ball. When the stepsisters saw their old ribbons and beds on Cinderella's dress, they flew into a rage. They ripped the dress and pulled off the beds. Lady Tremaine didn't stop them. Cinderella's dream of going to the ball was through. Cinderella ran away to the garden to cry. Suddenly, her fairy godmother appeared. With a wave of her wand, she turned a pumpkin into an elegant couch. Cinderella could now go to the ball, but her dress was still ruined. "Bibbidi bobbidi boo," said the fairy godmother, waving her wand again. Cinderella was now wearing a beautiful gown and sparkling glass slippers. But all of this came with a warning. When the clock struck midnight, the magic spell would wear off. At the ball, Prince Charming couldn't take his eyes off Cinderella. The orchestra played, and the prince began to dance with a wonderful girl, whose name he still didn't know. For Cinderella, the night was a dream come true. Before too long, the clock began to strike midnight. "Goodbye," Cinderella said, hurrying away. "Come back," called the prince. "I don't even know your name." As Cinderella fled, one of her glass slippers came off. The prince sent the Grand Duke to find the girl who fit the glass slipper. Lady Tremaine locked Cinderella in the attic, but Cinderella's mouse fed her. Then Lady Tremaine tripped the Grand Duke and the glass slipper shattered, but Cinderella had the other in her pocket and it fit. Cinderella and the prince were soon married. Everyone rejoiced, including Cinderella's mouse friends who wore special outfits to the wedding. Filled with joy, Prince Charming and Cinderella lived happily ever after.